It's August the 13th, 2023, and Richard and I are in the Ansel Adams Wilderness, and we're going to visit some of the most spectacular lakes in the whole of the Sierras. So come join us on our loop through the wilderness here. We already have mosquitoes eating us alive, so I think we better get going. We're hoping for a good display of flowers, even though it's August, due to the heavy winter we had. So full of energy, we shot right past the trailhead. So on this trip, we're going to take the high trail over to Thousand Island Lake and camp there. And then the subsequent days, we're going to go past Garnet Lake and Ediza Lake, and then probably either come out back here at Agnew's or down to Devil's Post Pile if some of the passes are free. And that's really going to be the big question on this trip is, given we had such a heavy winter, will we be able to get over some key passes? But really looking forward to seeing Thousand Island Lake, Garnet Lake and Ediza. They're probably three of the most spectacular lakes in the Sierras, although you could probably add another 15 to the list that one could argue the same thing. A lot of down trees here.
Yeah, there are, aren't there?
All over the place. Entering the Ansel Adams Wilderness properly, part of the Inyo National Forest, which runs up and down the eastern Sierras. So we have a bunch of switchbacks here to get up to the high trail, and hopefully we'll have some good views across to the minarets and Mount Ritter and Mount Banner. This shows a campfire map. You can have a campfire absolutely anywhere you feel like, as long as it's below 10,000 feet and not in the pink area. So I didn't even bring the marshmallows. Now we can see both Mount Ritter and Mount Banner, and then the minarets to the left. That's sort of like the centerpiece of our hike. We're going to be sort of hiking our way around the east side of those, through Thousand Island Lake, Garnet Lake and Ediza Lake. Lots of wildflowers here on the hillside. This must be Mammoth over here, and then that's looking south to Silver Pass maybe, and then all of this Ansel Adams Wilderness, and gradually there's more and more blue sky, which is promising. I bet in late September it's gorgeous through here.
Yeah, it looks like they've been blown over.
Yeah, it sounds like there's some rescue in progress. Helicopter up there rescuing some poor backpacker in distress. And then we have some Indian paintbrush here, they're red. Various places, a whole bunch over here.
I'm red-green colourblind, so thank you for pointing that out. I would have missed it.
Lupines, yarrow. Flowers in abundance. With Paula at the bar at the Mammoth Mountain Inn, we suggested we come this way. We weren't going to do this originally because she said the flowers would be spectacular, and she was not wrong. Well, there's a number of bugs flying around here, bearable. There's a chat site called HighSierraTopics.com, which I use, and they have a mosquito index. And please feel free to correct me if I get the definitions wrong, but it goes from 0 to 5. 0 being no mosquitoes, 1 being a few buzzing around but not much of a nuisance, 2 meaning kind of enough around that you probably want to put bug repellent on. Whoa, look at these. Look at this, Richard. This is incredible. 3 is bad enough you probably need a bug net and sort of swarming. 4 is you're hunkered down in your tent, particularly at dusk. And 5 is you're running screaming down the mountain because you can't bear it anymore. Look at these moths. incredible. 3 of them on this nettle-leaved hyssop. All of them. Multitude of them. Just look at this. He's going to use his handy-dandy app here and...
Woolly mule's ears.
Oh, that rings a bell. Woolly mule's ears. That's the leaves, I suppose it's referring to. More over there. So today involves hiking along this high path on the ridge, sort of opposite the all the fun stuff. We take this sort of like straight up to Thousand Island Lake, and then from there we'll work back through Garnet Lake, Ediza Lake. Today's just a steady slog upwards, admiring the scenery to our left. Richard, we've got a fantastic view here of Shadow Lake and all the mountains on the other side. Minarets to the left, that's over by Ediza, and then Ritter and Banner here, and behind this range is Garnet Lake and Thousand Island Lake. So if we were in the trail down in the valley there, we would hike up that stream to Shadow Lake to get onto the JMT. But what a sight! Still a lot of snow, and that's what's heading towards us. It's big, it's bad, and it's ugly. Hopefully it's only water. Just the intensity of the colours in this.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tops of the minarets in the cloud.
They are now, aren't they? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be up on top of Ritter or Banner right now. Richness of the colours of the blues and the Indian paintbrush and the lupines. Big display here of California fuchsia. Wow, lots of it. I think it's slowly brightening up on all fronts now.
Yeah.
Having fun, Mr. Maiden?
Yeah. Rather splendid. More flowers than you can shake a stick at.
Absolutely, and incredible views. I'm glad we went this route.
Yeah.
Well, we're now closing in on Thousand Island Lakes. We can hear a big waterfall from just over here. You can see it through the trees. So we're getting close to our destination. Well, due to a third-party opinion, we think we can now officially declare a state of nearly there.
Nearly there. It's a great state to be in.
And I think when we round this corner, we're going to have an awesome view as we're approaching Ritter and Banner. We know we're close to our destination. Across the snow. Oh, it's quite soft this time of the day. Whoa, a bit slippery though. Here we go. Thousand Island Lake. Actually, the main part of the lake, I think, is over that way.
Head back now?
Oh, all right. Well, it's day 2 of our adventure in the Ansel Adams Wilderness. Good morning, Richard.
Morning.
How are you doing this morning?
Very good.
Having a good night's sleep? We've had this most spectacular view from our campsite just on the top of the knoll here, and we're just all packing up. And so I think today we're going to walk around the lake and explore around there a bit, and then either go all the way around and then over the top to Garnet over here, or we'll double back and go this way and then across to Garnet Lake. And the plan is that we would camp at Garnet Lake, I think, this evening. Garnet Lake is rumoured to have lots of good fishing. We've done pretty well here. We caught 2 big size rainbow trout. It is a bit buggy. As you can see, I'm still wearing my bug net. It's kind of like a 3, I would say, in terms of mosquitoes flying around on a scale of 0 to 5. We've coped all right. They're not really biting, they're just buzzing around being a nuisance. The whole view here changes like every minute as you get the sun peeping through the clouds. You get a different perspective of the whole lake. 9:30, and I think we're ready for off. I once described the Sierras like a loaf of white bread, the top cut off, the inner white part being the granite, and the brown exterior being this sort of shaly stuff. And so on the west and the eastern sides you see this shaly stuff, but then as you work inwards to the Sierras you get into the granite, and it represents the inside of the loaf of bread. And that seems to apply, because when I was in the Desolation Wilderness last weekend, it was kind of the same thing there, just on the threshold between the granite and this material. This is absolutely gorgeous. And here we're only seeing a little part of the lake. Most of the lake is all around over there.
Gorgeous.
Certainly is.
Swim across to one? I meant to look up some of his photos, but get out of it.
Just round this tree is where Richard managed to defeat the curse. Caught himself a nice big fat trout. The thing was, a good at least 14 inches. Hopefully that's not a fisherman's 14 inches.
It was quite 1,000.
No, I think it was a fisherman who made that up. It must have been. Just found a friend on the trail here. He's showing us the way. Hello, Mr. Marmot. How are you doing?
Not at all afraid, are you?
No. They can be quite creative in getting into your stuff, your gear. And they're not afraid of your horn either. Banner right here in front of us, and we're walking around the top rim. Richard's been counting like mad, but he's skeptical as to whether he'll get to 1,000 in terms of islands. Do you count these?
Depends whether these count, yeah.
At this end it's a myriad of lakes and rivers and pools and a bunch of mosquitoes. The navigator's found a way across the creek. And this is the ridge that we're going to try and climb over. So this is Garnet Pass, and we need to find what's the safest way through, avoiding the snow as much as possible. Just go straight through there. I think there's no way we're going to do that. We're going to angle across and cross over here where there's much less snow and just a small crossing.
It's exhausting.
It is. This is getting easier now because the sun cups are suddenly a lot bigger. We're nearly there. Microspike's off. We just have to now climb over this little bit And then we get to see what our next adventure is. This is the most exciting part when you climb over a mountain pass, is seeing what new is going to present in front of you.
There's no pub.
There's no pub. Woo! Gorgeous.
There's this lake here,
Yeah.
and then there's a little circular lake on the
Yeah.
there.
See that?
On the other side of that little snow line, can you see further on? There's another lake.
Yeah.
That's Garnet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right, so we just have to get down there somehow.
Yeah.
And then this patch of snow here, this saddle, that's White Bark Pass. I was suggesting, oh, we could go up that and over to the Night Diver Lakes.
Okay.
But I don't think that's on the cards. The good news is we're heading down to Garnet Lake. The bad news is all this mess. Boulder City. That's what we've just clambered through to get down here. The weather's done a bit of a turn on us, and we've been bombarded with hail. So we're gonna head down the valley, head towards the blue sky.
Ooh, something coming up here.
Hopefully soon we might be able to see, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Isn't that incredible? Yeah. It's got all these nice pieces sticking into the lake. They will be fun places to fish on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That is gorgeous.
I can hear a waterfall, but all I can see is snow.
Yes, yes, it's true. Yeah, the question is how we get down here. All right, look at that snow bridge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't cross that. That's some snow bridge. Every time I look in this direction, it just takes my breath away. That is quite an impressive chunk of rock, where it just towers above the valley down here. It's really impressive. The way the granite sparkles where it's wet from the snow that we've had. And you can see banner just peeking over the top. Oh, there's a waterfall too. And all this super oxygenated water going into the lake. All right, we've found our campsite. Apart from a few bugs, this is ideal. Well, we're abandoning this campsite because it's just too buggy. We think we found one further along that might be somewhat better. I think everywhere's going to be somewhat buggy. Good morning, good morning. Whew.
Tea for you, sir?
Oh, that sounds wonderful, thank you. Gorgeous morning, day 3 of our trek through the Ansel Adams Wilderness. And the sun is shining. This is an amazing place to get out of your tent, and there at the view you instantly see before you. This is Banner. Behind it is Mount Ritter. And the lake is just like a mill pond. I don't know why they call it a mill pond. We didn't have any luck fishing yesterday, surprisingly. When we came down we saw a huge fish cruising the shallows, but by the time we got camped and all set up and went down to actually fish, we didn't even get a bite. We may have a go at the lower end of the lake on our way round. You can see there's still quite a lot of snow up here.
Is there any relationship between Banner and the Hulk?
I don't think so somehow. This morning the mosquitoes have been really nasty. I would say maybe close to a 4 on the 0 to 5 spectrum. Huge cloud of them. It was blue sky first thing this morning, but I think we're probably going to see a few more showers and maybe a storm. But we're going to go to the bottom of Garnet Lake and do a spot of fishing there, and then we'll head over to Ediza, which is Lake Ediza is our destination for today, which is across this range into the next major valley. So it's 9:37. It's always 9:30, no matter how hard you try or how much you hang out. So we're plodding around the lake. I think we've left our cloud of mosquitoes behind, fortunately. It's not quite as nasty as it was back at camp. And all our blue skies disappeared, for now at least. Working our way around the lake. Not many opportunities to fish here. We tried on those rocks over there, but not much to be seen. Is this where that first trail joins up? There's a trail that comes over the hills here from Thousand Island Lake.
Oh no, this is the trail. This is the actual trail.
Oh, it goes this way?
Yeah.
Here we're connecting up on the trail that's come over the top. There's even a signpost for a walk around the lake. This is quite a hike. A lot more up and down than I thought there would be, just looking at the map. But there's a nice, good seat.
Yeah. Go down from here.
We're now on the JMT. I think this is our last view of Banner for a little while. Probably see it again when we get down to the bridge, but we're getting to the top end of the lake now. You can see the whole lake in all its glory. Just traversed this bit, not much margin for error if you slip here, and we can now see the end of the lake, and across there on that green hill is where we hiked across on the first day through all the wildflowers. Bridge. We're going to try fishing in this part here where the water will be quite oxygenated. That's a good place, yeah. Alright, now we're at the foot of the lake. We have to walk around this side and then over the ridge. And this must be the GMT South because it says so.
Fair enough. Oh, it looks excitable. Lemon tire.
Pull him straight out. It's a brook. It's a brookie. Well done. So we were going to have hummus for lunch, but Rich has come up with a better idea. Look at that. That is really impressive. Yeah.
Brothers, probably.
Spoiling expectations here because you ain't going to catch them like that size anywhere else. Different half an hour can make.
Yeah.
Eh?
Absolutely.
Here's where we ate our fish. Now we're heading off. We're going to go climb over this bridge and down over to Ediza.
That's the leader and
walk and I will walk.
For the ride.
I think we're about to leave Garnet Lake, heading up this snowbank, side of the snowbank, over the top of this pass, and then we'll be down the other side. We come over the top. That's our old world. This is our new world. A lot of snow up there, gosh.
It's down again.
Yes. Yeah. Well, fortunately there's a decent path. I wouldn't want to be stumbling across all this jumbly stuff. So we're getting our first glimpse of the minarets. There's still a lot of snow up there, but they look very majestic. Look at this. We've now made it to the bottom. Here's the river, waterfall. So now it's a 2 mile, 1.5 mile steady climb up to Ediza Lake. Look at that. You going back home?
No, I left my phone.
Steps. Converging back on the river again, and it looks pretty high. At some point we have to get across it. It's going to be interesting. Just look at this. And that's the view we have. Isn't that amazing? Now I've expunged all my expletives. We've just walked across this boulder field from hell.
It's wonderful.
Richard's having a rock climbing fantasy. I'm just a bit tired. It's worthwhile because we've got to here just before the sun sets. So I just need to find a campsite now and then go lie down. How about you, Richard?
Ah, I love that.
You're having fun, yeah?
I think I'll race you back on the other side tomorrow.
Okay, right, you have a deal. Gorgeous. Look at that. Tried going all the way around, but it's just as buggy up there and no real campsite. And here at least we get a view of the minarets, so once Richard has done the
It matures.
street sweeping, then we'll be fine. So, sat here on top of a rock with the minarets behind. It was so buggy last night we didn't really do any filming. In fact, the cook refused to cook and we just ate soup and snacks. Not so bad this morning. Glorious sunrise across to the minarets. And today we're going to head around the lake and then and then round back to our trailhead, Agnews Meadows. Spectacular view from here. You see here, Richard's all ready to go and I've barely started. I've been socialising with our locals. All packed up, ready to go. Richard's armed with a piece of string he's going to use for something. No, he's just putting it away. So we're going to walk around the lake, around this way, and head back down. So we're hiking around the lake. You can see how wet it is here. The snow has literally just melted out. You know, maybe looks like a week ago. And we're coming around to the top end of the lake. Another big waterfall. Oh, snow melt. Hidden up there is Iceberg Lake, but talking to the guys we met at the camp, it's virtually impassable right now. We have to cross the river. It's our first crossing. No way you can get across the stepping stones. So it's water gear to get across to the other side as Richard attempts to ford the river.
Quite cool.
But it is. Bloody hell. This is ridiculous. It was great till it ran out here, and walking along the snow in the sandals would have been a bit sketchy. So we've hiked across the river again, then go across the river back over there. All in good fun. But now you can see both Banner, which we've seen all along, and now Ritter that sits behind it. So this is the minarets from the other side. Ritter, Banner, and Ediza Lake. Oh, I feel really energized this morning after pancakes, a cold river crossing, and nice sunny weather. Ready for our... You said it was 10 miles back home?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay. We had a slight navigational blunder earlier on. We had a premature crossing of the river and then ran into a snowbank. So we had to cross back to then cross again. Here's a more reasonable one. We're coming up to Tree Pole Bridge. First time I did this it seemed quite daunting, but given everything else we've done, it looks like a piece of cake now. Okay. Famous last words. Blue sky. I can hear a waterfall. So we must be coming up to the waterfalls that go down to Shadow Lake. Water pouring into Shadow Lake. Probably Mammoth Mountain.
Oh, right.
Over there, and down here's the valley that we're... Yeah. Mammoth Mountain ahead of us, under the black cloud. Round the last few bends, we're now entering Agnews Meadow, fitting end to a intense and exhilarating 4-day backpacking trip. We have made it! Yay!